tied to her boyfriend.
Rolling Stone is celebrating International Women's Day with a cover. You see it right there, featuring 4 female lawmakers who they say are shaping our future. But not one of them is a Republican. So if the future is female, does it have to be all liberal too? Lauren DeBella-Sapel, a former press assistant for Senator Rick Santorum, says no and has some other names to add to the list. Lauren, thanks for joining us this morning. Definitely mixed reaction about that cover. Obviously, if you're for the Democrats and socialism, you like it. If you're not, you don't like it. What do you make of it?
Good morning. Well, Rolling Stone thinks these women are role models for women. First, you have Ocasio-Cortez, who thinks that airplanes should be banned and we should all swim to Hawaii. You have Omar, who can't stop tripping over her anti-Semitic remarks. You have Nancy Pelosi, who's Speaker of the House, but the only vision that she has for the Democratic Party is endless investigations into this administration, searching for a crime. And you have Hayes, who just supports them all. These are not role models for women.
Let me ask you what this article does in terms of Nancy Pelosi, because does this kind of look, to me anyway, you look at that cover and you look like, is Nancy Pelosi going to be a new face of the Socialist Party now? Because seeing them all together like that is kind of bizarre.
It is kind of bizarre, and she is associating herself with these women. And, you know, the problem with this Rolling Stone cover and other publications like it is right off the bat that it insults half of the women in this country, because it ignores half of them, and it ignores Republican women that have real accomplishments. People like Kellyanne Conway, you know, she's the first woman to successfully run a presidential campaign, and you don't hear about that. And had she run a Democratic presidential campaign, that's all they would be talking about. Sarah Sanders. There are few women that could do the job that she does and do it as well as she does. Marsha Blackburn in the House, she was one of the few women that came out and tried to call out the names of her colleagues to release their names that were involved in the sexual harassment hush fund scandal. Ivanka Trump, you have her. She's an entrepreneur and a businesswoman and an author in her own right. You know, and the list goes on, but people like Rolling Stone, they just ignore the names of these women because they don't fit the mold of what a woman should look like in their eyes.
Look, all of the women that we've talked about today, the women on the cover and the 4 women that you just mentioned, they're all fighting really hard for what they believe in. So who's to say that the way of the future has to be Democrat? What message does that send to the younger generations?
Well, it's not a very good one. And, you know, there's this message of extremism that the media continues to push. And, you know, through the media, the left-wing media, through Rolling Stone, through issues like this, and they continue to push this extremism, whether it's socialism or the anti-Semitism that we're seeing now, and they cheerlead it. And what's going to happen is they're very likely going to cheerlead the Democrats right off the cliff in 2020.
You know, it probably would have been a nice unifying message if you had Republicans and Democrats on that cover together, women who are fighting for what they believe in.
Absolutely. There are plenty of Republican women that have accomplishments in their own right and have been successful. And, you know, it should be unifying, and we should include all women.
Thank you very much, Lauren DeBella-Sapel. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
And happy International Women's Day.
You too.
Not to you, though.